I guess I'll read back a little bit here. This is my story called Allah in Wonderland, also known as the 100th name of Allah. Yeah, just what is that mysterious 100th name of Allah? And it's in my novel called The Black Rock Redemption, also known as Allah's New Black Rock. It's a science fiction, fantasy, horror, philosophical mystery novel. If you like things like Lost and The Waking Life and 2001 Space Odyssey, stuff like that, you might like this. It's a very Philip K. Dickish, Arthur C. Clarkean sort of thing. Okay. Rockman looked at Jibril and asked, "Why were you squeezing Muhammad? May you, Allah, pray on him and give him blessing, every time he said he wouldn't, every time he said he couldn't read?" So far, no one that I'm aware of has ever found an answer to such an action from you. I mean, by the time you finished squeezing him to near death every time he said he couldn't read, he was so terrified, thinking he was deemed possessed, that he even tried to kill himself. He tried to throw himself down a mountain to his death, like the pigs described in Allah's Injil when Jesus cast demons into them. Demons previously from the man who called himself we, at least once when describing himself, for he was many demons. Jibril somewhat sheepishly replied, I had a soft spot in my heart for the mentally challenged, and I was just hugging him to show my affection over the reality that poor Muhammad, may he over there pray on him and give him blessing, was too mentally challenged to read. That's all. For one thing, after I squeezed him to near death every time he said he couldn't read, it then dawned on me that I'm pretty stupid myself, since I didn't even have a book on me for Muhammad, may he over there pray on him and give him blessing, didn't have a book on me to read. Boy, did I feel like an idiot myself when I not only was telling a mentally challenged guy to read who couldn't read, but had no book on me for him to read. Stupid. What the hellfire was I thinking? Stupid. Oh well. The Dabbasling thundered out, "Forbidden to you are married women, except those whom your right hand possess." As Dabba recited the rest of the scripture called Quran, that'd be Surah 424, Rahman shook his head from side to side with annoyance. He sighed and said, "Kafirs love to recite that scripture to me when they attack Allah's religion. Well, they recite the first part of it. I, of course, try to change the subject by reciting the rest of it. That has nothing to do with the first part of that scripture that they feel is so purely satanic. Then they start bringing up how the first part of Quran 424 was reported handed down, and Sunnat Abu Dawud 22150, and where you, oh Allah the Exalted, allow us rape to allow us. Where you, Allah Exalt, allows us to rape captured, or allows us to. Yeah. Where you, O Allah the Exalted, allows us to rape captured non-Muslim married women in the presence of their captured non-Muslim husbands, since there's no mention of consent to make it adultery. I am just so tired of trying to say it means something else. You wouldn't believe it." Rahman noticed something strange about the gigantic Dabba right after he said that. Its huge Quran reciting head was hanging low, now halfway to the ground. Its elephant ears were flapping, as if in an effort to try to get its huge head back up into high position again on the ostrich neck, creating a lot of desert dust to kick it up to a lot of the desert dust to kick up about it. Rockman looked at the pudgy man who claimed to be Allah and asked, Is there something wrong with the Dada?" Allah looked a little embarrassed and said, We don't think we should have given it the neck of an ostrich. Ostriches have no problem keeping their heads up because, well, they have little heads. This thing, as you can see, has the great head of a bull with the stag horns on it. It also has woolly mammoth elephant ears on it. And as you can tell, woolly mammoth elephant ears aren't the biggest of elephant ears. I probably should have given it the ears of an African elephant or even an Indian elephant, for with the ears of either of those two elephants, it could easily flap them and raise its mighty head back up like that of a bird taking flight. It? Asked Rahman to Allah. I asked Rahman to Allah. Allah said, It's getting time for me to leave to another part of the world where it's midnight. We always come down to night. We always come down at night to listen to the prayers of men. And as you know, it's always midnight somewhere in the world. Thus, yes, we are pretty much jumping back and forth every hour like a ping pong ball. Heaven, earth, whenever midnight comes somewhere in the world, we are there to listen to prayers. Allah held up his hand at the Daba and said, Be. The Daba lifted its Quran reciting head back up to the way it was when it emerged from the clay crusted desert. Its ostrich neck now strengthened. The Daba recited from the Quran, If a part of the sky should fall, an infidel would say it is merely clouds. Suddenly, Rahman heard the sound of a horse. He looked up into the sky and saw the Quran Jesus called Isa, son of Mary, flying down on the Al-Barak. The flying donkey-like creature with the head of a human, wings of a bird, and tail of a peacock. Jibril walked up to the trapped Rahman, ruffled up his hair, and said, Isa, son of Mary, has come down. I think you'll like him. He has my eyes. The Quran Jesus steadied the Al-Barak. He glowered with anger, nearly shouting, Will you two guys quit with the Isa son of Mary crap? Damn, that is getting old. You know, and I know, that you, O Jibril, and you, O Allah, are both my dad, being that you both blew into my mother Mary's vagina at the same time to get her pregnant with me. So how about you drop the Isa son of friggin' Mary shit and for once call me Isa son of Jibril, Allah and Mary for a change. Sheesh. I think I'll quit here.